We're engaged!
I don't even know where to start with this video. Getting to this point, the actual proposal happening, there was a lot of challenges.
Yes, there was.
I think we're gonna walk you guys through the whole crazy making of this proposal happen because there were some complications.
Oh my gosh, it was so stressful.
Some twists and turns. I ended up finding out about it, but I didn't want him to know that I knew. And then of course we'll insert the actual proposal footage a little bit later. But
we'll start, I guess, at the ring being made.
we went to a guy in Beverly Hills who designs custom one-of-one rings. And he basically made a mold for me based on some inspo pics that I pulled. I was like, I want something really vintage, really unique. I don't want anyone else to have this ring. Anyways, we went to the guy and he was really, really nice. And he made us a 3D mold of what the ring could look like without any diamonds in it. And I fell in love and I had that butterfly moment where I was just like, I was like, oh my God. Like I started tearing up. I was like, this is the ring I want. And then take it away.
We wanted to get the design that she wanted, and then I would put like a custom spin on other parts of the ring, like
kind of telling like our love story.
Telling our love story, like the bottom of the ring, and also like the ring itself, the band itself. We just kind of had so many ideas, and technically the ring was ready like a week ago. So it was really scary because I was trying to plan a proposal and making sure I had the ring at the same time.
And to complicate things, we obviously haven't really been traveling this year with like my mom's health, my health, everything that's been going on and wrong in our life. So we had one trip planned,
yeah,
which was coming to where we are now, Hawaii, for my birthday. And of course, Thanksgiving was late this year.
Yep.
He was in Colorado to see his incredible family, who's gonna be my family. I was in San Diego visiting my mom, and then we were literally both gonna meet at LAX. He was flying from Colorado to LAX. We were gonna meet there and fly to Hawaii together.
Yeah.
So that was even a bigger complication of like, he was leaving for this trip sooner than he anticipated.
Yes.
And after this trip, you know, it's Christmas, and then my mom has more treatments and a giant surgery and stuff, so we don't know how long we're gonna be like in the thick of cancer treatment. So I kind of knew that I was like, December is like when it has to happen, but he kept telling me, he was like, the ring's not gonna be ready. He was like stressing out. He was like faking all of the...
I was stressed out.
He was stressed, but he was making it very dramatic. And at first I was like, he's probably just trying to throw me off. But then I was actually starting to get nervous. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I really don't think the ring's ready. Okay, go ahead.
Basically, it was like, is there any way we can have this done before I leave for my trip? And it ended up being done like 2 days before I left. And I had to bring it to Colorado, then I had to bring it from Colorado to LA, and then LA to Hawaii.
It was like, this is a well-traveled engagement ring.
Exactly. Now let's talk about planning the proposal itself, okay? She is such an amazing woman, so I really wanted to make this moment special. And there was a few different ways I could do it. So first, 3 months ago, we were all on like TikTok and we were just scrolling through, and I was like, hey babe, like let's just look at proposals, because I wanted to know like what she liked and what she didn't like.
It's a personal preference. Like I would never bash someone else's proposal, but I just don't like most proposals. I'm not really a fan of like the LED lights. I have a lot of social anxiety and the thought of strangers being around. I would love for there to be a photographer and video, because Cover told me that when she got engaged, there was only an iPhone video and they were trying to screenshot it, and it was super low quality, and she was just kind of like, if she could do it again, she was like, make sure there's a photographer there and someone getting video. And then the other thing was no strangers. I was like, I don't want any strangers there because I'll get all in my head and I'll get really anxious and nervous, and I just want to be focused on that moment with you. Back to you.
Okay.
I want to say hubby, but it's not hubby yet. It's fiancé.
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 Fiancé. That was like the precursor of the proposal planning, because I wanted to see like what vibe she liked. Going through the TikToks, I actually understood like what she wanted. She wanted something simple, intimate, and private. So I was like, okay, meaningful. So I was like, okay, this is actually gonna be easier than, you know, I thought.
We'll get into it very, very soon and show you the video. But what he did like could not have been more perfect in my, like it genuinely couldn't have been more perfect. Like every single moment of it, the whole day, like everything happened how it was supposed to.
So I got a good idea what she wanted. Then I was like, okay, this was the plan. I'm gonna set up like a nice beach picnic near our hotel so that we can kind of just like stroll along, and then it'll be there, and then I propose. The difficulty is there's like public beaches everywhere. So I'm like, how do I find a beach that's like private enough so that it's just us two, but also like I need to know where that is, and I'm not in, I can't fly there and then
check it out.
So I was like, okay, I have to just do a bunch of research. I emailed like the concierge, and they ended up sending me a video of like all of the beaches nearby, and like they walked to it, so I got a good idea of like where I wanted to do it. Then I found an amazing person to set up the picnic, and then I found one of her really good friends who's a photographer, and she has such amazing photos. So
Shout out Beth, we'll link her below. She specializes in engagements and weddings. She's amazing.
So I hit her up. She lives on a different island in Hawaii, so I basically wanted her to fly to this island that we're on, and then everything was kind of getting ready. We were about to go on the trip. I got the ring like literally 2 or 3 days before leaving.
That's insane. So he's planned the proposal. He has his game plan. It was originally supposed to happen December 3rd.
Yes.
My birthday is the 5th. He wanted to kind of kick off the vacation like being engaged and get the elephant out of the room and get to like celebrate and be in Hawaii as like an engaged couple. And also, like, I thought it was really cute because I wouldn't even have minded if it was on my birthday, but he's like, no, like, your birthday is like your birthday. Like, I want this to be a different day, which was, he's the most thoughtful person on the planet. Like, do not settle for someone who doesn't think of you and care about you and treat you right, because I promise you, there are incredible people, incredible men out there. Don't settle. You will find your soulmate. I found mine. Anyways, now, it is the week of Thanksgiving. He's in Colorado. I'm in San Diego with my mom. I also had to frantically pack because the day before I left for San Diego, and then from San Diego I was gonna go straight to Hawaii. The day before I left, I had so much work to do. Like, everything just hit at once. I got really sick. I started having panic attacks on panic attacks. I was like in the middle of filming a YouTube video, ran out of the room having a panic attack. The whole day I just was so like sick. I think it was something I ate, and I ended up working, which I know, I have a very luxurious job. I'm very grateful for it, but I did have a lot of things to do for brands, for my company Hugs, for different things, and it took me until 10:30 p.m. from like 8 a.m. So it's 10:30 p.m. I'm frantically packing, and my assistant is helping me pack, and she's like, should you bring something in case he proposes? And I was like, oh my god, I am such a type A overthinker. The fact that I haven't thought about what I might potentially want to be proposed to in, crazy. So I started going through my closet. I'm like, I hate everything. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like getting so nervous, and I was like, it's probably not happening, though I don't think it's gonna happen, but just in case I'll bring a dress. Also, a few nights before that, I woke up at like 7 in the morning, and I was like, I had tears in my eyes, and I woke up and I like looked at him and I was like, I had a dream that we got engaged in Kauai, and like it was so beautiful, and I was like, I really hope it happens. Like, not to put pressure on you or anything, but I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be sad if it doesn't happen now.
I know, I had to like fake being like, oh, that's such a bad place to propose. Why would I do that?
We're also both such bad liars, so like, it's honestly impressive that we pulled off kind of lying to each other for a good cause. Anyways, I drive to San Diego. I get to San Diego at 1 in the morning. I'm like talking to my mom. I'm like, so sorry I'm late. This is crazy. We get barely any sleep, and then the next day we're just kind of hanging out. We enjoyed the day, and then at night, it was like 8:30 p.m. the day before Thanksgiving. I get an email from the One Hotel. That's where we're staying in Kauai right now. They reached out and they were like, it was the VIP concierge services. And Vincent, shout out Vincent, sent me an email at like 8:30 at night. He would love to give you a photographer to do a photo shoot for the hotel for 1 hour from 5 to 6 p.m., which is sunset, at a beach located just a 5-minute walk north of like our main hotel beach. And I was like, oh my god. And I looked at my mom and I was like, he's proposing. And my mom was like, what? And bless my sweet mother, she's also the worst liar in the world. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, but because she has a hard time lying and because we tell each other everything, Justice purposefully didn't tell her some details, which I'm glad he didn't, because then I really would have known. Justice told her like that day that the ring was not ready and it was not gonna be ready in time to propose this week. But she did know that it was supposed to be like a photo shoot proposal. Like, that was kind of the idea, because he knows that I don't do my hair and makeup often, and the only way I'm gonna do it really well and love the way I look is if it's like for something like a photo shoot. So that was brilliant in his whole thought process. Anyways, I'm looking at the email more and more, and I'm like, why would a hotel want to take photos at a beach to promote the hotel? You know what I mean? I was like, this is so suspicious. There's still 10% of me that's like, maybe it's not happening. Maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up too high. But at that point, I was probably 90% sure. Then I looked down at my nails, and they are very, very bright blue with snowflakes on them, which is cute. Super cute winter nails. Did I want to get proposed to with those nails? No. And it was so funny because I was FaceTiming him earlier that day and I was like, oh, look at my nails. Because I was wondering if it would kind of be a giveaway if he was like bummed that my nails looked like that. But he's so funny. He's like, oh, they look great. He genuinely...
I don't even know what such thing of proposal nails are. I just thought if they're done, then it's good.
He's like, they're done, the box is checked.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's now late at night, the day before Thanksgiving, nothing's open. We started calling all around. We're like, maybe one nail salon is open today. That was not the case. But thankfully, I had actually had some nail stuff at my mom's. I just didn't have any polish. So we found one CVS that was open, like 20 minutes away from my mom's house. We went, I got pink, like light pink nail polish, went back to my mom, started frantically doing my nails. I was like nail drilling off the gel. I cut myself like all over the place. Luckily those healed by the time of the proposal. We met up at the airport, we get on the plane, and we're sitting next to each other, obviously very close, and he opens his laptop, and it opens to him emailing the one hotel. And I did not see the title of the email was surprise proposal. I missed that part. All I saw was that he was emailing the one hotel. He looks at me, looks at his laptop, slams it shut. The guy next to us is like, what is going on? And then he just starts like making this face basically, and he was so upset, and I could tell he was upset, and I was like, this is his moment. Like this proposal, like this is all about him. I don't want to ruin it. I'm the worst liar ever. I'm so excited because now I've affirmed that it's happening. And I'm like, keeping it in. I was like shoving the excitement down, and I was like, what? I was like, why are you upset?
She was playing dumb to make me feel better, which bless her heart.
I was trying
I knew
so
she
hard.
knew, and I was like, no, like, of course that she would find out that I'm proposing in this way.
I was trying so hard.
It was from a laptop.
Like a giant laptop. He doesn't have even the small one. He has like the big screen. I was like, maybe something won't work out. Cause then he started kind of like trying to throw me off and being like, oh, well, you want the proposal to be special, but like bad things keep happening, things keep canceling. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, which is true.
Yeah, it was true. Basically, I knew that she knew I was proposing, and I was like, I gotta throw her off somehow. I was like, what are some things I can do to make her like kind of question if we are getting engaged?
Which worked.
My first idea was have the ring, the person who made the ring call me, and then we would have like an argument in the airport on the way to Hawaii of like, hey, it's not gonna be ready. And then as I'm walking away, I'm like, what do you mean it's not gonna be ready? But I was gonna say it loudly enough so that she hears, but like act like I'm just oblivious, right?
The way you went to so much trouble and thought, like.
And then every time she'd like ask like about the ring, I would just act super like, oh, like it's just another delay. Like, I don't know if like, it's just gonna mess up all my plans. Like, I'm really sad, right? So I kept trying to say that to throw her off. But after I opened my laptop, it was kind of game over. I was like, oh, she knows. Day of the proposal.
December 2nd.
We get to Kauai and the hotel check-in is at 4. And I'm planning to propose at 5.
I'm like sweaty, we just got off a flight. I feel gross. I know I'm getting proposed to, so I'm like, I have to do my hair and my makeup and shower and dry the hair and then curl the hair and like all this stuff. So I'm kind of freaking out, but I'm trying to play it cool. I
just assumed that we would get an early check-in because sometimes hotels, the room's ready like early. So I was just hoping we would get early check-in, but when they said the room when they said the room was gonna be ready at 4, I like freaked out. I was like, no, like I need to start getting ready at like 2. So I basically told the concierge, a different person, what my plan was, and then they expedited like the cleaning of the room, thankfully.
If they ever watch this video, thank you. And we got into the room, and I wanted to film like a little like get ready with me just to have. And I wanted to start preparing and freaking out and stuff. And I was like, oh, like he said he was gonna go to the gym. He actually did go to the gym, but first he kind of prepped the proposal spot. And I was like, when are you going to the gym? When are you leaving now? Are you leaving soon? I was getting so nervous.
I was like, why does she want me to go to the gym? I was like, this is weird. I thought she wouldn't want me to go to the gym.
Right? But I was so excited, and I wanted to like film a couple things for memories and stuff. I don't know, I feel like having that footage of me doing the makeup the day of the proposal is so like special. Yeah. But I was like, he's gonna get so tipped off.
So basically, when I told her I was going to the gym, this was about 3 p.m. The proposal's at 5 p.m. I like went down to check the picnic spot because I wanted to make sure everything looked good.
Was the picnic set up yet?
No. So I went down at 3 p.m. and started like picking up leaves with my hands and just like trying to like make the beach a little bit like with less debris. And then I met the really nice lady who set up the picnic, and then I met the photographer there and kind of just gave like a brief like, okay, I'm coming down at 5 p.m. Like where should we stand? Where's the video gonna be? Because I wanted it to capture the moment on camera. So after that was planned, I went back up and actually did go to the gym, which was kind of nice. And then got back here around like 4:30 and we started getting ready. And that's when the nerves started hitting.
Like the second
so
he came back in the room and started steaming his shirt. Like if he wasn't actually proposing and I was just taking photos with a hotel, why would he be steaming his shirt?
I steam my shirt often, so I will say that that wasn't sus.
We're like a Ralph Lauren button up to like a hotel photo shoot.
I like to look nice.
That's when my nerves hit, is when you came back and I heard the steamer on and I was like, oh, it's happening. So much excitement, anxiousness, like all good feelings, but just like stomach, like he said that was the first stomach ache he's had in like 5 years.
Yeah, I never get stomach aches, but like 30 minutes before the proposal, I was like sweating. My palms were like...
Dude, I reapplied deodorant 3 separate times because I was just like sweating. My face was so hot. I was like, oh.
So then I was like, okay, I need to hide the ring, because like the ring had a box and I was wearing tight pants. And I was like, how am I gonna hide this ring?
Big box.
So I put the box in like my back pocket, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna like have her walk next to me, and every time we go in the elevator, I'll just like turn my body so that she can't see.
And
the
I
box.
thought it would be funny to get like a little video of like, because I was like, if he is proposing, there has to be a box in his pocket if he hasn't already just kind of given it to someone down at wherever the proposal site is. So I was like, it would be funny to get like a little like photo of or video of his butt pocket. But he wouldn't let me get behind him. And I was like, oh my God, I think he knows that I know. I was like, oh, okay, like I'll stop. Well, I'll just keep walking. And then we get down there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take off my shoes and just leave him here. And that was also kind of a dead giveaway to him.
So sus. I was like, she knows. Why would she want to be taking off her shoes before getting to the beach and just leaving them there? And I was
sandy.
like, yeah, but you like, you just left them there, and I was like, oh, she knows. So we're walking down to the beach area. My heart is pounding. I'm like so like worried because I haven't seen the picnic. I didn't know how it looked, so I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope everything's perfect. So we started walking down. It was like such a beautiful day. The picnic turned out like 10 times better than I could have thought. And we get down and she sees the picnic, and I knew she knew. So we were kind of just like both really excited. We like walked down to the picnic area and I started like holding her hand, and then had a little speech memorized because I wanted to, you know, tell you how much I loved you before it happened, instead of just like, will you marry me? I wanted to like have like a nice speech prepared, and I practiced like going down on one knee like 50 times, and I practiced like taking the box out of my pocket and being all smooth with it. But when it happened, everything went out the window. Like I blacked out. I was like, I don't know.
That's why we have a video.
That's why we have a video.
I walked down and I saw a photographer kind of hiding, and I knew Beth was back on Oahu because she travels a lot. I saw she was back on Oahu and I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be Beth. Like I really hope it's Beth. And we like turned the corner and she was hiding behind a tree, and I see the picnic, this beautiful picnic I've ever seen in my entire life. And there's a Beach Boys record, which is so special to us because on our first date, we drove to Vegas first, and then we went to Laguna Beach because it ended up being his birthday during our first date. And I was like, do you have any plans? He's like, no, I just moved to LA. I don't really know anyone. I was like, can we go do something special for your birthday? I want to take you to my favorite beach. So we went to Laguna and we checked in. I booked us like a little cute boutique hotel. And they had a record player with the Beach Boys record, and we played that record a dozen times.
It was just on repeat.
We just kept repeating, like putting it back to the start, flipping the record over. And so that was just such a special touch. And then Beth came out, and then we'll play the video for you guys now.
Will you marry me?
Oh my God, yeah! Fuck yeah!
A lot of tears. A lot of happy tears. I didn't think I was gonna start ugly crying, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, I can't ugly cry. I was trying to like smile. I was like,
I actually practiced the speech like 400 times. I had the pauses good.
So sweet.
I like knew every like word right by heart. And then when I got there, it was like so much emotion. I started crying like in the first like sentence, and I was like, oh shit, like I don't know how I'm gonna finish this. But ended up getting all the words out that I wanted to say to her, and when you said yes, like all the nerve. I mean, I knew you were gonna say yes, to be honest.
Good, okay. I was, because, you know, he was so nervous. I was like, was there any doubt that I was gonna say yes? Like, everyone knew I was gonna say yes. And you know what's funny is we were talking about this at dinner last night, like, it does feel different, like good different, but it almost feels like we did get married. And we've been living as if we got married, but it does feel a little different. Like, it's so beautiful and so exciting, and like, it doesn't even feel real. This thing doesn't feel real. It's huge. I could knock someone out with this.
So then, yeah, you wanna talk about the ring?
On the inside of the ring, he put a bunch of diamonds that resemble stars because we were stargazing on our first date. The band is sandblasted with the beach in Laguna Beach that we had our first date at.
So yeah, when I was designing the ring, I was like, I want the top part to be what she wanted, and then the bottom part to kind of be like my little custom spin. There was one more thing I wanted to do to the ring before proposing, but it wouldn't have been done in time, so we'll kind of do it together. But basically, I wanted to put our birthstones on the underside. It's called the shoulder of the ring. So mine's August, hers is December. So we're gonna do that together, which is really, really great. And then that'll be like the last touch of the ring, that it'll be 100% ready and customized to us.
I'm so excited. Also, like, I kind of love that. I love that we get to go like do that finishing touch together. Like I said, everything worked out perfectly. It almost got canceled, but Picnic Lady came through. It was supposed to rain, but then it didn't, and it was the most beautiful sunset we've seen since being here at all.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Everything was just so perfect, and you're perfect, and I love you so much. I know, I was like,
What'd you say?
I was ugly crying, man. I was just, I literally said yes, fuck yes, I think.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. That's so funny.
It was the most thoughtful, beautiful proposal in the whole entire world, and so insanely special. And thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. And I can't believe we're engaged.
No, we're engaged. That's crazy. She's my fiance.
We're engaged. This is my fiance.
She's not my girlfriend. She's my fiance.
All right, kids. Well, that's how your parents got engaged. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.